Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to my first impressions of Rock of Ages 2 Bigger and Bolder. This is a title developed by Ace Team and published by Atlas. And it's a really weird one at that. I played the original game. Rock of Ages is a game series, I should say now, in which you have two gameplay mechanics mixed into one. You basically have bowling and tower defense. So when you're controlling your little boulder, you're actually going through a bunch of obstacles that your enemy's setting up. That's the tower defense mechanic, and then when you're done rolling your rock into the enemy gate, which you're hopefully trying to smash, you're building up your own defenses. So it's kind of like this weird back and forth. Sometimes you're building defenses at once, sometimes you're rolling at once, other times, you're doing it all separately. So it's pretty cool in that regard. The original game was kind of this weird cult hit, and it gained a lot of praise over time, because a lot of people eventually picked it up on sale because it was super cheap. I think it was one point it was like 50 cents or $1. It's a really good title. And now comes along Rock of Ages 2, aptly named Bigger and Bolder. But how much bolder? Well, let's find out. For starters, options menu, very good. This game runs in Unreal Engine 4 and it runs very smoothly. I get over 100 FPS, 1080p max settings. As you can see here, a lot of options. The only thing I would change about this options menu is the tiny little arrows you gotta click here. Other than that, you got a lot of resolution options, which is pretty great. I should say a lot. You got a lot of higher resolution options. You don't have a lot of low ones, though. Like, you can't really go down below 720p, which is a bit of a shame. I actually forgot what resolution I'm at, so let's just escape out. You have to hit apply to confirm all these, which, that's fine. Brightness, full screen, vertical sync. You have texture quality, anti-aliasing. Overall, video options are quite nice. I will say that the windowed mode isn't exactly great. It's not borderless windowed mode. It's this weird pseudo-borderless where you do have this little border on the top here and it kind of spills out onto your other monitor, but it does constrain the cursor properly, so props for that. Anyway, audio options. They don't have the little trumpeteers here like they used to. It's just this blank options menu. 0 out of 10 IGN. Anyway, you can, hear the sound effects being adjusted there, which is nice, and you do have your music slider right there, so that's cool. Game options. I don't know why destructible density is here, because that should be in the video options. Increases the amount of objects you see when you destroy something, all the little bits, the debris. Controller vibration, difficulty, you have easy, normal, and hard. Control options, pretty good amount of controls. Not so much for gamepad, unfortunately. It's just, this. It's not even really controller options, it's just prompts. Anyway, so you have secondary keys, which more games should have. Camera options, pretty good, I gotta say. Border movements, so when the cursor moves at the edge of the screen, it'll actually scroll, or you can even turn that off and just use other keys, which a lot of games do that. They don't let you move around with the cursor, which is very frustrating. So for people who are insane who don't like that, well, here's your option right there. Alright, so welcome to the single-player campaign. This actually does have local co-op. It's shared screen, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, it does not have 4-player local multiplayer. It does have 2-player multiplayer. The full-player multiplayer is only available online, which we'll talk about a little later. That is basically just 2 teams of 2. It's kind of okay. You're kind of just building on the same team, like you would here in co-op. It's not great, but, it's kind of cool that they have it. Alright, so we're going to do a mission here, Garden of Eden. So you roll around over here, and once you beat one of these areas, you get like a star over here, depending on the mode you're doing. So if we do war right here, we'll get 1 star. And after we beat that, as a truck drives by... Truck's gone. Anyway, once we beat this war mission, we'll get another one unlocked, and we'll talk about that. That's usually a different game mode. So we have easy, normal, and hard. Once we collect enough stars, we can go to different areas, and once we defeat this area, we can actually explore over here. So we can go to this 5-star gate, we can go to it, we can't open it. But we can also pick up this item over here, which is probably going to be a tower defense item. So let's do war. Let's enter the arena. The cutscenes in this game are awesome. This is one of the few pop culture ones, but it's great anyway. I don't care if it's, trying to pander a little bit. And yes, that is Atlas from Mythology. If you think that's surprising, then just wait. Yes, that is what I assume to be Adam and Eve in a Pokemon battle. So, one might say that on the outside this is just lol so random pop culture reference humor, There's not a lot of these in the game, and honestly, I think they're fairly well done. Like using a detached rib. That there's just so much to this that's really enjoyable. The knowledge apple, it's well done, I gotta say. I just love that. It's so nice. Alright, versus. Here we go. This is our guy, that's them. And the faces are just so messed up, it's weird. Okay. Alright, so we have a lot of options in comparison to the original. So you have different boulder types that you can choose from. So in the original game, you could actually pay for boulder upgrades, like someone would allow you to have more armor or be like a fireball that would destroy more stuff. Here you actually have entirely different boulders with their own stats, which is cool. So they take up 2 slots over here, so you would select one. So let's pick, I don't know, let's pick something that's not too fast for a map like this. Because I have done it before, I've been cheating a little bit. Let's pick the line boulder. Now we have several defensive options. You unlock more of these as you unlock the map. So, you know, we have things like towers, war elephants, which go around and knock enemy boulders around, sticky cows. So the boulders for really smashing your enemy's gate, while these things over here are for defending your gate. So let's get some... Let's actually toss the sticky cow. Let's get a catapult. No, let's get the fireworks cannon, the war elephant, the tower, and yeah, let's get the cows. You also get a bonus tower defense thing in here. It's like this thing up here. It's a this cloud that shoots lightning bolts. It's on a cooldown too, so when you put it down, you have to wait to place another one. Alright, so welcome to Rock of Ages. This is what a typical game looks like. So over there, that's the enemy's fortress. You can't see their defenses. My assumption would be so that you can't really cheat. So the enemy's going to come over here and roll down and try to smash my gate, which is all the way over here. Right mouse click allows you to rotate. Middle mouse click allows you to zoom out fairly significantly and kind of lock it. You can scroll in and out, and left click allows you to, well, you know, scroll around over here and place items. So let's put some stuff around here. So in these yellow areas, this is where you can spawn your various defenses, and they have these little boxes, so that's their requirement for space. Now, if something gets destroyed, you cannot build something back over it. It keeps the game from getting very repetitive, where people will just build at very key positions over and over again, which I like a lot. They can't just exploit one spot and just build a bunch of crap there. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Sometimes it's better to build a little bit closer to a choke point. I like to build it kind of near the gate. Especially when the enemy, like I already finished my boulder turn and the enemy's still going, so I can start building stuff while they're still taking their turn over here, which is pretty cool. Alright, I'm out of gold, so I'm just going to hit C and ready up my boulder. So here we go. So like I said before, in the original game, you just choose on the fly. Here, you already selected your boulder in the main menu, so I do kind of miss the power-up system, and I also screwed that up. But I do like this here. You have more diverse sets of boulders. One in particular you might have seen on the options menu there was a tar boulder. There's a lightning cloud that I was talking about. That tar boulder allows you to, whenever you jump around, it creates this little thing of tar, and the enemy cannot build on that spot of tar, which is pretty cool. Control-wise, control's really nice, even with a keyboard and mouse. You use the mouse to move the cursor, which is nice. I'm not getting a lot of speed here. I don't know why. I think I'm just... Alright, sorry about that. For some reason, my game decided it didn't want to work properly. It was really more on the end of my software, which was running in the background. I won't get into that, but not the game's fault. It's just kind of incompatible with the software. Anyway, so like I was trying to say, you build up a lot of momentum, and you want to have control of that, especially in areas where you turn a lot like that. And you want to avoid obstacles because the top left there, you'll see my health. Below that's my money. If you take too much damage, eventually you'll start chipping away, and then once that happens, you lose a lot of your strength, and eventually you can just turn into a pedal when you hit that gate at the end there, which you'll see. Get this. So as you run over stuff, as you'd imagine, you get coins, and the enemy's going to do the exact same thing. So you see at the top right there, you actually hide that little menu just to see the map, if you so desire, and then you can just run off a cliff. But that's what the enemy's doing right now. He's going to hit my defenses soon, which are at the end. He's kind of built his defenses. They're very light, so... God, I just suck at this game. They're very light, so, because they're spread out so much, I like to kind of have one big blockade at one point, which is not exactly a super optimal strategy, but because they're at the end, I can kind of catch up to him if I can just not suck at this game. There we go. Alright, here we go. Oh. Sometimes there's some blind spots, and in this map it's kind of frustrating because, you know, you just go over a hill and like, oh, there's nothing. But you respawn very quickly, you don't lose a lot of health. There, he's starting to hit my defenses, I believe. If I can actually hit his gate really quick, I can probably get back in there and hit him with a storm cloud. Do a little bit of damage. Alright, so I hit with max speed and full strength. Not max strength, though, unfortunately, so that's how much damage I did at the bottom there. Can we get him? Oh, looks like he already... Alright. So what did he do? What's the damage? Well, we can't build in either of these spots anymore because I kind of filled everything up. I did change it because I had to restart the game. You can also sell stuff if you do not like the placement. Alright, so what can we do here? Well, we can plug this gap over here, and then we can build in the back over here, which is nice. And I'm thinking we have a little bit of cattle over here at this nice choke point where he rolls off. And then we put some towers over here. He'll get stuck a little bit, so we should have some fireworks ready to hit him when he's moving. And if that doesn't work, we can kind of try to slow him down over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of stuff over here, so he doesn't really see it coming. Once he breaks through that at high speed, you know, he's rolling really fast, you know, he's getting momentum, he's going to smash this, and then he's going to hit a cow, it's going to slow him down. Hopefully enough to drop him over here. That's wishful thinking, though. There are a lot of really cool strategies that the community has thought of, like putting fans behind, when you later unlock them, fans behind walls to blow people off cliffs, which is cool. You can see the fan animations, the little gusts of wind, so that's kind of nice. I wanted to slow down to not take that shortcut, but I guess we're falling anyway. Some of the map design is kind of questionable. There's like 15 maps, which is pretty cool. 15 or 16. But some just are not very good, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. There's one map that's basically a lot of the same patterns repeated over and over again in terms of paths, and then there's lava in between those paths. So it seems on paper like, oh, that's really cool. You use the lava to manipulate... I suck. You use lava to manipulate how the enemy's going to move around, which is cool. The problem is that that lava, if you stay in it too long, it outright kills you, which, you know, makes sense. But what you can do is you could put fans on the other side. See, that's annoying. You can put fans on the other side to blow people away from even jumping close over that lava. So you essentially are pushing them away actively, and they would have to have enough momentum in the first place to jump over it. This map I'm not a big fan of. It's kind of cool because of all the clutch turning, but if you gain any momentum, you're like going off the edge. Alright. We're playing on normal in one of the earlier modes. It does get more difficult, I can assure you this. I've seen some footage on YouTube, and I know the original game did get a little bit trickier, and also, you know, you do have hard mode. Alright, let's assess the damage once again. So we broke through this time. And, yeah, he's done quite a number on me. I gotta step it up here. Okay, so let's plug the holes. Giggity. Let's do that. Ooh, we're gonna have to do this, and... Okay. Just kind of throwing everything to the wall here. Probably could have done that better. I'm gonna be the first one out, hopefully, so... I don't know. Hopefully this is enough to damage him enough so that he cannot break through this. Sometimes the AI can kind of mess up, or you can get really unlucky and kind of get stuck in a place and then you just get bombarded by attacks. One of the annoying mechanics about Rock of Ages 2, there's a lot more out of bounds. So, you know, when you go over here, you know, you fall off the edge, you know, that's fine. That's totally normal. But there's a lot of maps where they're very flat and they don't have a lot of these areas where you just fall down into nothingness. You actually kind of get stuck sometimes between being out of bounds and not being out of bounds. So like, oh, I can easily get out of here. But like, there's like a 5-second timer before it's like, oh, you're out of bounds. Your boulder's going, your boulder's going to disappear. And that's really annoying because it's like, well, I can get out of here. Just give me one more second. It's like, nope. It's like, I kind of got stuck here for a stupid reason. Ooh, that's bad. That sucks. Okay. I'm playing this terribly. It's partly due to the map, but I gotta be honest, mostly because I just suck. Thank God for that. Okay. Let's just get over here. Ooh. 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 Like I said, it's the clutch map. Wield M to hide. We can see the map here, and we can just be a scrub. See how much further I have to go to get there. I don't think I'm gonna make that. And there's a trap. Nice. I think we're actually gonna lose this one, boys. So overall, I gotta say, despite me sucking really hard at it, it's a lot of fun to play. Now, if you own the original, is it worth it? I think if you just want more, it's quite nice, but I wouldn't rely too much on multiplayer giving you a lot of value. Did he die? No, he's probably still rolling, right? Yeah, he's probably getting stuck just like me. Except he's a little bit better at it. Yeah, there are my cows. Okay, just... Oh, God. It's these... these ballistics going on over here. Oh, God. Okay, so he almost killed me. So if we can just get down there and ram him in one shot, we can win the game. If not, ooh, we can... If we play it perfectly, we can maybe get to him first in the next one. So max speed, damage boulder, so that's not great. So next boulder is going to break through the gate, unless I suck that bad and I get hurt a lot. So we're going to have to build our defenses a little bit differently this time. We're going to have to build them up a little bit to chip more damage away. First, we're going to have to reinforce just a little bit. Oh boy, okay, so we can't build over there. So we're going to have to... just to save a little bit of money. Okay, and our... Okay, our fireworks are still up, so that's nice. Oh boy, I don't know. Alright, let's do that. Let's do a little bit here. And then let's get out some more ballistics. Let's get some more towers. Now, you're kind of flattening them as you run into them, which is cool because eventually you can just jump over them. You don't even have to ram right through them. It's kind of a nice effect, you know, this whole gate thing going on here. It's really cool. It's not really efficient to just keep left-clicking. You want to click and drag to create this wall, but the walls are not as effective as just the individual towers, and I accidentally built that, so that's too late. Let's get down there. I have really low expectations on killing him, so what we're going to have to do is rely on, Jesus, the gust of wind, pure skill to get down there as I freak out. So, talking about multiplayer really quick, that's one of the main reasons I think people would pick this up over just playing the original again, or just picking up the original. The multiplayer is okay, but it's not in a great state right now. So there are people playing it, but with an indie game and with a profile like, not Atlas. Atlas is actually a pretty well-known publisher, even being niche as they are. Ooh! The game doesn't have a lot of notoriety, is what I'm saying. And, you know, you can get a game during active hours, but don't expect it. Connection is not too bad, but like I say, some maps being exploitable with the stupid fans, like on that lava level, can be really frustrating. And also, they have always-on mics. Now, they are fixing this. They are going to add, I assume, push-to-talk. It's the momentum, man. It's the momentum. You have to slam on that... Ah, there we go. Oh, you're about to see me lose. It's actually pretty funny. He just kind of squishes you, and then it makes a farting noise, or squishy noise. So there you can tell, you know, doors hit, units destroyed. Yeah, I suck. So overall, I'd say this game is easy to recommend if you just want Rock of Ages, but with more mechanics, a slightly better online multiplayer component, and of course there's the co-op and multiplayer options locally to keep you interested if you got a friend in the area. But if you haven't played it before and you are still interested in the game, I would definitely recommend picking up Rock of Ages 1. It's got a nice charm to it, even though this game is mechanically superior in many ways. Mainly because you can get that game for almost $1 on sale. Although I do really like the modes in this game, the extras aside from war. So in addition to the difficulty options, you have the obstacle course option and the time trials. The time trials, you know, beat your best score, smash the gate really fast. Obstacle course is that, but with another boulder, as you see here. And as the course just progresses, as you do rounds, there are more obstacles in the way. And like I said before, not exactly very hard on normal, so I'm gonna probably have to crank it up, but normal should at least have a few more obstacles than this. Although I have kind of had a good win streak, as hard as it is to believe that, so maybe if I just start losing, there's gonna be like, 4th, 5th, 6th round that's gonna have a ton of stuff in the way. Oh, the momentum is insane. It's actually a bit better than the original. And I say better, I mean you go a lot faster. So I guess the games in a way are quicker, but you also roll off mountains a lot quicker as well. Skyboxes are really nice, too. It's always some piece of Renaissance art, and the music's great, too. Overall, it's a very easy game I can recommend. It's $15 on Steam. That is as much as Hollow Knight costs, and I have a feeling that the single-player campaign is not going to be too long, maybe like 5 or 6 hours. But it's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. It's got a lot of features under the hood. They do need to tweak multiplayer a little bit, and hopefully this video will get more people playing it. Not as poorly as I am, hopefully. But yeah, it's an easy game I can recommend, and you really should play it. Support Ace Team. They're good developers. They fix problems with their games. They have great, fun, weird games that are... Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm out.